Hey, welcome to Offshoot Comics Off Topic. We're your host, Kirby Kid.
Simply Cedric.
Also known as David Clark.
Cedric Harris.
Today we're talking about several things. This is our anime episode. Let us know if you like this format. We're going to be talking a little bit about Dragon Ball Super. And yes, for the first time in a while, Attack on Titan. And of course, My Hero Academia. So let's start off with Dragon Ball. Now, this was an odd request. We've never really talked about Dragon Ball outside of the Goku versus Superman debate. But we decided to talk a little bit about it now. Because, y'all asked for it. So now, I've been watching Super and Kai's, final episodes thing on Toonami. I watched it back to back.
Yeah.
And Super is interesting.
It is.
For me, I like it because I didn't see Revival of F or Battle of the Gods.
Oh.
So I'm getting to see this stuff for the first time.
Oh.
Like, for me, it's new. I'm like, oh my god, this is so special. Yeah, I know for everyone else, they're like, oh my god, I've already seen this a million times.
Yeah, right?
So, but no, it's I like it. Vegeta, I like what they're doing with Vegeta so far. I'm at the part where Toonami's at right now, where they're bringing Frieza back.
Okay.
That's where I'm at, and I like what they're doing with Vegeta because he has shown more emotion and humanity in individual episodes than Goku has ever shown.
Yes.
Like when Beerus slaps Bulma.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing to my Bulma?
Right.
And even in regular Super Saiyan form, is able to punch the
Beerus.
god of destruction.
Yeah.
And Beerus is like, oh snap.
Yeah.
Let me put this dude down real quick. So I do like that. I like the animation being better.
Yeah.
The fights or whatever. Dragon Ball Z's always been kind of terrible with showing good fights when it comes to actual hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
I like the lasers; those are cool.
Yeah.
And the lore doesn't make any sense. But I'm enjoying it. Now, I did sneak ahead and I saw a little bit about Black Goku.
Yeah.
I only did it because I heard that there was going to be Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito.
Yes.
Which sounds very unfair.
Right?
Because one is enough.
Yeah.
And he put them both together.
Yeah.
That's like what? Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God? Like,
yeah.
That's like 8.
That's like 8 Super Saiyan God.
Like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito could probably, Super Saiyan Blue could probably take Beerus. I mean, they could probably put him down.
You would think.
You would assume so, right?
Assume. Yeah.
I mean, if they had the earrings, so that they didn't have the time limit.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it. Now, I've heard there's a tournament coming up, and tournaments are where I think animes like Dragon Ball Z shine. So I haven't seen that yet, but I'm going to be catching up with it, and then we'll be able to talk more about it. Like I'll be able to see Frieza, and I am a little more interested in this than I was in Z.
It's cool. It's cool. There's rumblings that we may get our first female Super Saiyan in the tournament, because this tournament's wide-ranging across universes.
Right. The multiverse, right?
Yeah, the multiverse, apparently. And we've seen a female Saiyan finally. So
does her hair still go the same way?
We don't know.
Oh,
it's short hair. She has short hair. So, I mean, it is possible she'll look like all the other Super Saiyans. That's interesting. Black Goku is super interesting. Just because, Goku versus Goku. But yeah, I skip past Toonami because Toonami's pacing of one episode a week is really slow.
Right.
and even though I've always railed against Dragon Ball subtitled because I
Goku's voice
is
terrible.
The whole Goku family, Goku,
I have a little girl's voice.
That is like a million times deeper than Goku's actual voice.
Vegeta! Oh my god, I've heard it. I can't go out. It sounds like a child.
No, you physically can't even go that high. But it's but I watched it, to get ahead because I heard about things that are going on. But as a fan who grew up with Dragon Ball, and then who grew up, it's really frustrating because they give you movies, which Dragon Ball's great at giving movies. They give you Resurrection F, they give you Battle of the Gods, and then they're like, oh, we're bringing you a new series, and they just rehash those same storylines over again. I thought it was a unfair to the fans. Because, like, we've seen Resurrection F.
Yeah.
We've seen Battle of the Gods. We've seen Beerus get upset at Boo because of pudding.
Right.
And want to destroy the world because of pudding. But whatever.
Well, we do know another anime that's doing the same thing, which is Boruto.
Yes.
Which, there's like 3 or 4 versions of the Boruto story, and they've gone over the same ground each time.
That's right.
I mean, the anime is tolerable because they are adding other stuff now. But
Yeah.
like, I'm so tired of seeing that same movie over and over again.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But
no, the tournament is interesting. It should be interesting. I haven't watched it yet, but
is it already aired?
it started. Because
like, if I'm gonna watch it, I kind of want to just watch it in one go.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand their natural pacing.
Oh no, it's really hard. Like as a kid with the Namek saga, that was one thing. We're not in that era anymore. It's really easy to get our hands on anime, so...
Alright, no more next time. Next time right now.
Yeah. No, it's next episode right now. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy. But yeah, you know, I'm more looking forward to Dragon Ball Super than I am Attack on Titan.
So let's go there.
Flawless segue.
Attack on Titan. Now, look, people. We've been very hard on Attack on Titan due to its many, many flaws and mistakes.
Have we?
Yes, we have. But I've been reading the manga, and I think if they can get the anime team on board to not suck, that there's a chance to re-engage people like me and Walter who have lost faith in it. Which I know people were mad in the comment section about us talking about Titan and being upset, and I know who you are. Hopefully, you're listening right now. It's not just us.
There's a lot of
that
people.
feels that way. But I did re-examine after seeing you guys wanting us to watch it. I did re-examine. I went over. I read the manga. I caught up, and it has my interest again. I'm trying to watch season 2 anime because it took forever to come out.
Mm.
But it's if they can just keep from making that mistake again, and not release any more live action movies and no spin-offs and whatnot,
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. I mean, we actually just got done watching the episode 8, the current episode for season 2.
Yeah.
And what did you think, Sergeant?
This last episode wasn't terrible. I happen to agree with you. The manga, for me, is what told my interest. I went back, I read a few chapters, I'm like, oh, this was the story I liked all those years ago. But, like, was it episode 8 that we just saw? It's just the talking, and, like, they try and add exposition in, like, oh, this is, we're building a world, and then they stop short, like, Ymir's trying to, get to how they know about Titan facts, and all of a sudden, or all this stuff about Titans, and then Reiner starts getting angry. He's like, oh, I went too far, I'm going to stop asking questions.
Yeah, I feel like that whole episode was just them in the trees, right?
Pretty much.
I feel like that was a waste of time.
Well, not only that, it was them in the trees, and then they cut to Mikasa riding on a horse, and then the one dude who was, when they were behind the walls, was drunk and, like, abusing his power.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
that dude, like, he was like, I'm sorry, Mikasa, I hope we can all be friends. Like, they cut away to that for, like, 2 seconds. But then the whole time they're in trees. And then they try and bring up the fact that, there's 2 Titans that are just sitting there, not really doing anything, just staring at them. And then they bring up the fact that that Titans can't move at night. Cool. Great tidbits.
Right.
Are you going to build on that? And I don't feel like they're going to build on that until the season finale cliffhanger, when the Monkey Titan shows up finally, and then, does something.
You're probably right.
Right?
They're probably not going to build on that any further.
Yeah.
But, look. the manga has hope. And as long
Yes.
as there's hope in the manga, I believe there's hope for the anime.
But
They just have to see whatever issues stopped them from getting season 2 out. They need to squash that. And if they can keep rolling, because remember, Arrow, for example, didn't have all great seasons. Okay, we know that. But you know what? They had a regular schedule. If they can keep pumping Titan out back to back, and maybe follow the My Hero formula where you just cut out the fluff and get straight to the point.
to the meat, yeah.
You know, I think they'll be okay.
I want to agree with you, but the one thing that comes to mind is High School of the Dead,
Where they just
the manga kept going,
right, bro, and they didn't,
and then
they had enough for season 2.
They had enough for season 2,
Right, or at least for a movie,
or at least for their own original season 2.
Right.
Like that didn't work on the manga, but the manga kept going, and then the author died.
Right, they should have kept going.
There's no hope for season 2 now.
Right.
Unless someone does something amazing, which
They should have been done that.
they've had time to and they should have done. But you know, I'll keep reading the Attack on Titan manga, but with the anime,
It gets interesting. Right now we're in the point where they're talking about what's going on the mainland. You know,
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. There's another. I mean, if there's another land. I mean, come on, at this point. Come on, guys. Come on. No, but
4 years.
But no, there's a really interesting thing happening right now in the rest of the world that I think, if they can get to that part animated, I think that would rejuvenate Titan. I think what they need to do is that they need to stop worrying about the pacing of the manga. They need to just get the story straight from beginning to end, even things that haven't been written yet in the manga, and just start producing that. I think and this should apply to all popular animes that are based on comics. Get the freaking storyline from the author, get the team to work together on it, and who cares if the anime outpaces it? You can add in more detail and alternate things in the manga, but you need to keep pumping out the anime. Or at the very least, get Oda to help you out with that. Because like or hate One Piece, they got a new episode every week.
And
granted, it's like 10 minutes of new stuff every week, but it's a new episode every week. And manga. Y'all need to keep up with that.
Yeah.
And they say, well, you can't keep up that quality. Yes, you can.
Oda does it every week.
Yes, you can.
You know, every now and then they'll take a hiatus for a week.
Right.
But they'll say we're off for a week. We'll come back after that, and they do.
And look, what you could do is take a month or two off every year where there's no Titan for like a couple months. Spend that time relaxing and then figuring out the next big batch of storyline.
Yeah.
But this whole 13 episodes then be gone for a couple years. I mean, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece all did it, and I know. I think they were all Studio Period, right? I know Bleach was.
Yeah, I don't think One Piece is.
I think Naruto. Yeah, I think Bleach is something, or One Piece is something else.
Yeah.
But Studio Period was putting out multiple animes.
Yeah.
It's like, so you guys have to, Kodansha, figure it out.
Well, not only that, if you're worried about the manga pacing, do what Naruto did. Have your own story.
Yeah.
And then come back and do Shippuden.
Full Metal Alchemist did that.
Full Metal Alchemist did, and they came back and did Brotherhood.
Right. You can come up with other things in Titan. It's not hard.
That's not a junior high and not a live action.
Right. Exactly. Just.
But I mean that goes back to what I was saying earlier. They do. That's what I liked about season 1. Was like they started to build this amazing world, and then it stopped.
Right.
It's just like, and not at season 1 ending. The world building stopped at a certain point in season when he started fighting Annie.
Right, and see the problem with how it wasn't just the stop, because if they said stop and we'll be back in 2017, then you'd be looking forward to that. You're like, oh snap, it's coming back, you know. But it stopped, and then we got a constant stream of garbage.
Yeah.
But if they can keep it going, if they can get to where we're at right now in the manga, there's a chance, because the manga right now, I'm telling y'all, if you're not reading the manga, if you're waiting for the anime, there is light at the end of this tunnel because right now it is very interesting. Right now, what's happening in the manga right now. I'm not going to spoil it because not everybody is there, but I'm very excited about what's happening in the manga right now. Like, I read the last 4 chapters, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this this is what we were missing." You know, there's just a lot of garbage in the middle to get through. So I mean, a lot of talking. There's a really cool arc. I can't even say the name of the arc because if I say the name of the arc, you're gonna figure it out. Right. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens past where we are right now, and they just need to. If they're going to do 13 episodes, that's fine. Just make sure that next year season 3 comes out. I mean, that's it. Simple as that. Don't do any more spinoffs. Don't do any more movies. Just keep focusing on Titan.
Well, and I don't understand what. Now, for a long time, we've had that 13 episode style of anime.
I miss the old school.
I miss the old school, but ReZero, 26 episodes. Gundam Iron Blooded, both 2 seasons, was 50 episodes.
Gundam Build Fighters, they had announced season 2 at the end episode of season 1.
See, and you know they want to. I hear a lot of stuff from the studio, and well, you need time, blah blah blah. Other people
are doing it. And you should have, with all the money from Titan, like, y'all can't see it right now, but I'm wearing a Titan shirt. That money went to them somehow.
Right.
Like, y'all had enough money to pull off all this other crap. You had enough money to pull off an entire other anime.
They had money to do 2 live action movies.
You had money to
keep
going with
They
anime.
have money.
You had money to keep going with anime. But if they can keep doing it, dude, there's hope. There's hope, guys. So just keep hope alive. Titan has a long road back for some anime fans, and look, I know people are upset at that, but look, you just have to just accept that. For a lot of people, Titan made a big error, but it has a way to come back.
Well, not only that, but like, look at how fans reacted to Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah, that was terrible.
A lot of fans were hesitant to come back for Dragon Ball Super, but the thing that Dragon Ball has that Attack on Titan didn't was you had Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z,
plus a bunch of video games, plus a bunch of movies, Tree of Might,
so many
Brawly.
You
had a lot of stuff, and it had established itself over a long period of time.
Yes,
Titan was brand new.
Yes,
because a lot of people hadn't read the manga.
Yes,
you know, like, I saw the cover of the manga back on one manga, which was like that I would never read things on, but I saw it was the skeleton of Aaron's Titan on the Volume 1 cover. I saw that and I said, that looks gross and weird, and I'm not going to try it. But then when I saw the anime where they're like, I was like, oh my God, Wings of Freedom, yeah, let me get that right now. You know, so a lot of people I know, they had never read the manga. They knew it existed, but they never read it.
Yeah.
So the anime was new, and they dropped the ball very early into the game. So as long as they can pick it up, just slog through season 2. Just get through it. Get it out. Get out the way. Cut down on a lot of the talking in the manga.
Yes.
Get to the next really cool arc. Then do your little time skip. Get to the other really cool arc, and just keep going. But you gotta pump out a season once a year. Like, you know, okay, we get it. Fine. You can't handle back to back. Fine.
One a year.
One a year.
Pick a season. Fall, spring, winter, summer.
And keep launching in that time.
And keep launching, yeah.
And don't worry about any other things. Just worry about the anime. Just do the anime. Get the dude who wrote it to come over and give you some pointers to keep you in line.
Yeah.
And keep going. And if you surpass the manga, make your own original ending. Because it worked for Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah.
They outpaced the manga.
Yep.
They kept going.
Yep.
Had an original ending. A few years later, came back to FMA Brotherhood.
Yep.
Same story for the first 30 episodes, and then it went to the manga ending. And guess what? People like both simultaneously.
Yeah.
I like Greed better in I like the Greed fight better in the first version, but I like Greed better the character in the second version. There's things you like more, you know?
I like King Bradley more in the second version than in the first version.
Oh, yeah, I dig.
You know?
Yeah, he cut a tank in half. But, you know, maybe have an arc where Aaron and Mikasa get together finally. We can stop worrying about her trying to jump on his balls all the time. You know, just let get out of her system.
There you go, get a what if in there.
You know? Get Armin to release Annie. Annie changes sides and they get together because Annie had a thing for Armin. All right, that's why she didn't kill him.
Right.
You know, so, but yeah, Titan has a chance. Now, one anime that we're really excited about.
This one definitely has a chance.
My Hero Academia.
Oh my goodness, so good.
So this episode was the Uraka versus Bakugo fight. And Bakugo is a sociopath.
There's so many things about this episode. We've said it before, and we're gonna say it again. Mm-hmm. The pacing,
so good,
amazing.
Never seen this in an anime before. Never.
No.
I've never seen this.
No.
I mean, they draw out what needs to be drawn out, and they skip through what doesn't need to be skipped, or what needs to be skipped through. Like when a hardening guy and metal guy, they have a tiebreaker to see who gets to go further because they had a tiebreaker in the last match.
Contest.
It was like 10 to 30 seconds max.
Yes.
It was resolved. He held his hand out. They shook hands. They're friends now. Next thing.
Yeah. Well, not only that, we had the whole fight between Araka and Bakugo.
Yep.
We had the tiebreaker. We had Deku talking to Endeavor.
And Araka.
And Araka.
And Araka talking to her dad.
And talking to her dad. And we had the intro of Todoroki and Deku.
Right. Also, I think, and I told you this while we were watching it, I believe that My Hero can beat One Piece in making you cry more times per episode. Because she's like, Daddy, I got beat. He's like, no, you were amazing.
What? Oh, that wasn't even the part that broke me. It was when she's like, I didn't do well. I didn't have a plan for later, and her dad was like, well, I don't really understand all that fancy stuff, but I think you did awesome. I'm like,
he still loves me. I mean, like I love that. I mean, like this anime can make you, even during happy things, can make you cry. Like, I was wrong. You can't be a hero. Well, Deku's mom every time. Every time. He shouldn't be there, but he totally is. I mean, it's just anyone out there who's doing an anime, this is how you do it. This is how you adapt something.
One thing I love about My Hero, there's so many things, but one thing is the character development. We have someone like All Might, where he's the #1 hero, saves all these people, then you see him in his normal form, doesn't look anything like him. And, he has to deal with that. But then, I'm trying to avoid spoilers from the manga.
Right.
But Bakugo, in the cavalry battle, he's like, what are your names and your quirks? I don't know you. It's like, we're in the same class!
And then when he starts fighting Araka, he's like, you're the one that makes things float, right?
White round face?
Right, exactly. But then, when later on, though, after gaining respect for her, which, everyone was like, he's going so hard on girl. No. And then, like, Eraserhead's like, no. He respects his opponent.
Yeah, he hit Mike and was like, hey, shut up.
And he called her, he's like, let's go, Uraka. He says her name. Which is a level of respect that he doesn't give everybody else.
Yeah.
And then after he went to talk to Deku, that was your plan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Uraka did that. She pushed you that far on her own.
Yeah.
And I like that. But they went through a lot of stuff. In the 20 minutes. Like, it feels like a full episode. It was. There's no fluff. There's no shaky flashbacks. Attack on Titan episode 8, season 2. It's all new ground.
Yeah.
And and I really think they need other anime to look at that and adapt to that, because My Hero Academia is the future of Shonen Jump. Okay, it is.
There was a great little animation thing I saw, or a little comic strip that I saw, where it was you shared it. It was with Naruto.
Yeah.
And Naruto was talking to Luffy, and he's like, "Hey, I think this kid can take my place." And he's like, "I'm heading off." He's like, Luffy's like, "Save me a bowl of ramen," and they look, and it's Deku.
Yeah.
And
you're next.
He is next.
That scene also almost made me cry. When All Might had just finished fighting some guy, I won't say because of the manga, and he points at the camera, "You're next." Yeah. And everyone's like, "Yeah, he's saying something cool." Yeah. And Deku's like, "He's talking about me. Yeah. I'm next." Yeah. But like, look, My Hero's the future. We love it. The show was great. And I'm waiting. Next episode is Todoroki versus Midoriya, and I'm excited about that.
There's an anime meme that if you're a fan of anime, and I hope you are because you're listening to this, or you're about to be because you're listening to this, there's a meme that's going around. It's like, Luffy taught me to always fight for my friends, and Naruto taught me to always fight for my dreams.
Oh, I know this is going right.
Deku embodies all of that at the same time, and he won't stand up for himself.
Right.
We saw that with Endeavor and with the mind control guy, and twice with Endeavor.
But he
actually
will for other people.
But he will for other people, and his power is called One for All.
Right. Exactly.
And he's literally trying to be that one for all, and he stands up for his friends like Luffy, like Naruto.
Right. But the thing that I like better than Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto, one thing I like about My Hero, Luffy got a, he was basically destined to be trouble from the get-go because of his dad and all that stuff. He always had that. His grandpa. Yeah. He was destined. He had a D in his middle. His middle initial. He was destined for that.
Yep.
Naruto was the literal child of prophecy and had the nine-tailed fox. Ichigo was a full-bringer Shinigami visored god-level mode everything thing from the jump, from day one.
Yeah.
Deku was the one that was not supposed to make it.
Yeah.
He was literally born with nothing. And, and what he got, while it was handed to him, he had to earn it.
Yeah.
One, he had to almost die in real combat to even get the guy's attention. To get All Might's attention, he had to go through all of that. And then after that, when he said you can be a hero, he had to bring his body up to the level where it wouldn't murder him.
He's still in the process.
And he said, "Clear this beach," and he did it with no powers.
Yeah,
he did it, and All Might was like, "I just thought this one section, but you got the whole thing," And he's smart. He plans ahead. He doesn't always use his quirk in the beginning.
No.
Because he can't.
No. Yeah.
And it hurts him as he's using it.
Yeah.
So he's someone who's earned his power. This is why I like Green Lantern's better than a lot of the other superpower people, because they have to, while it's a thing they got, they earned that thing, and they have to use their brain.
And then they have to cultivate it.
Right. It's not just something that you just get. And so that's what makes Deku better than the other three, because they were all destined from the get-go. He was not. He was destined for an office job.
Because of Luffy,
you can't argue about that, dude. He was Monkey D. Luffy. The moment you put a D in there, you were destined to be. It probably stands for destiny,
right? It probably does. But for me, I think My Hero came in at a perfect time with Bleach and Naruto ending, because My Hero is going to take that spot on the Holy Shonen Trinity,
right?
But I think this hopefully is a step of an evolution for Shonen Jump, where this is their new standard.
Right.
Luffy, Naruto, Goku, Ichigo, basically more or less same guy.
I'm tired of the people who eat a lot. I'm tired of the screaming.
Stupid.
I'm tired of them being stupid. I'm tired of them, I don't understand things, but I'm just going to go ahead and just punch you harder.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them having basic skills and never learning anything new.
Yeah.
What has Luffy learned other than harden myself, move faster, strike harder? What has Naruto learned other than make more of myself, make a bigger shiny orb? Ichigo, move faster, slice harder. They never learned anything different. Deku went from using fists like All Might to doing something else that I can't mention, but I just realized that's a spoiler.
You're right.
But, I like that about him. And outside of the powers, he actually has intelligence. He has a book.
He's so smart.
He's Batman.
He is. The one thing I love in the manga and that they brought over into the anime is when he's writing in his notebook or he's geeking out and it's mutter, 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 mutter. And he's writing his notes.
He's having a blast.
He is just nerding out.
Right.
And they bring... It's like, that's because he's thinking.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, it's a book that was destroyed by Bakugo in his childhood. He kept it. And what makes the book so cool is that these are a lot of it, these are the notes, these are the things that he observed when he never thought he had a chance.
Yeah.
When he was regular, when he was just dreaming, look at these people with these powers, and he was writing down, and it was a dream for him then. Yeah. Now he's getting a chance to actually use that.
Yeah.
It hits on so many levels, and and we say all the time, we're gonna keep saying it. When All Might said, "I was wrong," you can be a hero. That was better than most of Naruto, Bleach, and from what I've seen, most of One Piece all together for me.
I have to say, having seen almost all of Bleach, having seen all of Naruto and One Piece, other than maybe when Jiraiya's like, I'm going to name the character Naruto.
When he was dying?
As he was like,
that was pretty...
other than that, I can't think of an emotional moment like that where when All Might said, "No, I was wrong."
Like so the part with Jiraiya that hit when Minado was fading away. That was impactful. That's because I mean I don't know if you guys know this, but Kishimoto's dad died.
Yeah,
he died around the time where he was writing this, so it was like it hasn't really. I don't think it hasn't really been officially confirmed as far as I know. If I'm wrong, say in the comments. But when Naruto was rambling off to his dad, people were saying this chapter was weird. He didn't nothing do anything, just rambling. He had just lost his dad in actual real life, so it was it was kind of parallel. So those two moments hit in One Piece, with Ace. And for me personally, when Whitebeard, because he died standing up and there was not a scar on his back, like that for me personally was pretty cool.
That was cool. And then Robin when
like, I want to hear you say it. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, I want to live.
Yeah.
And like Usopp hit the flag. Okay, all right. That was pretty much because I was like, I'm not a One Piece fan. I'm a One Piece hater. I'll be honest. But when I saw that. I put on a straw hat. I'm like, let's go to war with the whole world,
right?
Like, let's go. Like I was about that life for there was a couple months because a few years ago when I was in college for the first time, I realized I don't feel right hating One Piece without having watched it. So I went and marathon like 300 episodes. I read the manga. I went all the way through the war arc because I wanted to have the right reasons to hate it. Because but like I don't hate it as much as I used to. I do see the merits in it, but it's not one of my favorites. But I don't really super hate it for no knowledge no more.
Yeah.
But they had emotional. Now Bleach. The only moment I think of that has any impact was when Ichigo was fighting Ukuriora and Orihime was crying. She said, "Don't get hurt anymore." And Ichigo just stood up and was like, "Sorry," and murdered the dude. But that was it. Like, that wasn't even that big of a deal. Bleach wasn't that big of an emotional, thing. Because you kind of knew if they died, they're just ending up in the Soul Society. Yeah. If they were erased, it's because they were a hollow, and then who cares? Yeah. And then if someone was in danger, Ichigo was going to fight. Or like when he lost his powers. If they ended when he lost his powers, that might have been sad. But we knew he was going to get them back. Right. Yeah. And he did. And he got them back and more. Yeah. So... But My Hero does this on a constant basis, and it doesn't feel like they're pandering or trying to pull the heartstrings. It's just natural.
Yeah, well, and that's what there's a storyline with Ida, leg pipe guy.
I hate. Oh, they look so weird. Just take him out, man. You don't need a quirk.
There's a storyline that's coming up with him that's super emotional, but it's not ham-fisted in there like Neji's story, right? Or Bakugo, when there comes a moment where they question him, is he really a hero? Right. Comes a big moment for him where he explains why he wants to be a hero. But even in this episode, you get that glimpse of Araka saying, "I want to make money for my family." Right. And then you hear her talking to her dad after she just tells Deku, "Go out there and do good. Like, I'm fine. Go out there and do your best." And then she breaks down to her dad, and her dad's like, "I don't really understand, but I love you, and you did a good job." Right. And
because I'll be honest, with the exception of Todoroki and Deku, she did the best that anyone in her class can do. Maybe Hardening Guy. Maybe he'd be but then again, Bakugo would probably just blow him out the field. Yeah. But she did pretty good. And her plan would have worked had he not known to look up.
Well, not only that, but we said it when we were watching the episode. Eraser had noticed. Mm-hmm.
Smug dude from Class B noticed.
Smug dude from Class B
noticed. Which I hated that he was right. I hate him so much.
But everyone was like, "You're going hard on a girl. Like, calm down. You're a villain."
And all the heavy hitters in the audience were like, Look up.
Which totally gave her plan away.
Yeah. But it was great.
But that, and then a quick shot of her jacket that she made float, and he blew up. Yeah. That was torn to pieces.
And she came from behind and was like, "Yeah!"
And she survived all that. He didn't hold back because he realized she's giving it her all. I need to step up.
And see, she smiles and she's like in the background a lot, but that was a dangerous move.
Yeah.
Like, and Bakugo not known, he might have seriously been injured.
Yeah.
It was a meteor shower.
Yeah.
It was
right.
like, and I don't, and you know what though, and I hope one day she learns, like she's gone through some training, which we haven't seen the results of yet, but I know she could just release her effect. What would be really cool is if she could increase the effect to be super gravity, because that, man,
well,
that would have been great.
If she could be kind of like Isho from One Piece, the sword gravity guy, she would be such a compliment to Deku. Because just think, he's using that wind pressure to blow stuff up, she's holding it up, throwing it around places.
Because here's how awesome my hero is. I believe this. I won't say any spoilers, but I believe this in my heart. I believe this from the get-go when I first started watching it. This anime is so perfect that, unlike other animes that wait until the very end of the series to get your ship together, you know, I think my heroes would be like, nah, they'll be together like season 3. Don't worry about it. You know.
Well, it's so cool because you have Araka saying, Deku, I see you and you keep doing all these cool things and you keep getting cooler and you keep doing all this amazing stuff. I want to be like that. And at the same time, he's like, she notices me and she's talking to me, and it's like,
he's like, she's got boobs.
She gets jealous when he's talking to Tinker Girl.
Right.
You know?
Who has bigger boobs?
There is another girl who she also gets jealous of.
Right.
But
go with the Rocket, she's anti-gravity, which means you know. You know. But yeah, I mean, the show is really good. The episodes feel like they're worth it.
Yes.
And I hope that every other anime takes note, and it's unique. Because that's another problem we've had in anime, is that we've had a lot of cookie cutter.
Yeah.
One thing that I said this last year, and I'm so far I haven't seen it this year, but last year we had 3 animes that had a dude with black hair that was short with a sword, with powers he could only use for 5 minutes, who was falling in love with some girl at this academy that had powers, who had pink hair, was a princess with the powers of fire and a sword. And I was like, you can't all be. And then they each went to tournament arcs at the same time for the same thing. And I was like, we can't have that. But my hero's like, nah, I'm different. Now, another question. One Punch Man. That's also Shonen Jump, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I think that's going to be the second in the new Holy Shonen Trinity, because One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I first saw One Punch Man on the cover of Shonen Jump, I was like, that looks dumb. And then I watched 1 second of the anime and I was like, One Punch!
No, I have to say, like, I too was hesitant because I saw Saitama. I'm like, it looks weird. Yeah. He's got dishwashing gloves. Like,
yeah, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a joke, but then I saw under the title it said parody. I was like, parody? Let me see what's happening. And then start, Wampa! I'm in. Right. But then, you know, you start watching it, and again, it's original. It's not some superpowered Goku running around. Right. It's a dude who's superpowered, but he's bored because he is superpowered.
Right.
But we get to see these great fights with Genos getting beat up. And then Saitama comes in, boop, it's over.
Right, you know.
And then we get great arcs like Deep King, Sea King arc.
That was a good arc. The Space Dude arc, you know, like
Boros, yeah.
And they did all that in 13 episodes. You know, so I mean, One Punch Man has so much potential. Like One Punch Man Hero Academia, which by the way, Marvel, DC, Japan is doing American comics better than you.
Yes.
Get it together. Get it together.
Get it in a box.
Get it all together.
Put it all in one place.
Get it together. You know, so I mean, I like this, and you know, One Piece is still here out of respect, I guess. But I like the fact that One Punch and My Hero are showing people how to do it right.
Yes.
You know, and you know, I guess honorary mention goes to Boruto, because Boruto's not terrible.
Honorary mention outside of the Shonen Jump universe, ReZero starting over in another world.
ReZero's a masterpiece.
That is
that made me feel things like despair.
Episode 15.
Oh my god, I was so afraid of the like in anime. Whenever they show the credits and like there's no credits or there's like something special happening, that's usually like the end of a season or the end of the season or whatever. They had that multiple times, and I was terrified of some of the animes. I was terrified of small things that you knew were something else.
Yeah.
You were terrified of him being happy, because you knew what was coming. You know,
Right.
and you had to see characters that you grown to love go through horrible things over and over again in multiple different ways. You know, like when Rem was killing Subaru because he was trying to tell him things that hadn't happened yet from the last time, and she thought he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then he had to kill himself. Like, I'm gonna fix it, guys. You know, it's just like I count it that's I think it's considered seinen, which is older than shoujo or shonen.
Shonen,
You know, but it is definitely, I think it's a masterpiece. I definitely think it's going to be considered an anime classic. You know,
I'm definitely that is one thing I'm like, take the time, get it right.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll be honest. I don't want to, but I'm willing to wait 4 years for season 2. If
I don't
you
want to
do it right. I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to. In the meantime, please do Rem What If.
Yeah.
And then consider that more canon than the actual storyline.
Yeah. But there was a dead period for a while and now I feel like there's a resurgence in anime.
Anime had a blowout period.
It did.
I'll be honest. It did. You know, which is why when Naruto was ending, like, a lot of people were like,
what now?
What do we do?
Because that was the anime
right,
they watched.
because outside of One Piece, like, at least for America, like, Naruto was anime.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
Because after DBZ was dethroned, it was like, it was Naruto.
It was Naruto.
And when it was ending, people were like, is there anime left? Like, is there anything new coming out?
Yeah.
You know, but ReZero, and I can't wait. That will be on Toonami one day.
Oh, it better be.
And it's gonna blow when it hits America officially. It's gonna blow all the way up.
Oh, I really want it to happen because after that nauseating season of
SAO's garbage.
After that nauseating of Americans freaking out over SAO. Now, if you're a fan of SAO, I'm sorry, but that was the only thing keeping people going other than Naruto, and you know, people would always check in with One Piece, but it was never really well, maybe for me it was, but for some other people it wasn't their favorite. But SAO satisfied people, I feel like, until this new batch came in. They're like, oh no, this is how you do anime.
Oh yeah, no. Like, see, SAO, had they stuck with season 1, like the first half of season 1, and if they had just gone up the 100 levels, I think they had something there. But when they ended abruptly at like level 60 or something, and they're like, oh, I'm here, I'm really the guy, and blah blah blah, and it went off the rails. It could have been good. But then I also didn't like how people were like, oh my god, it's like in a video game. Sorry, Dot Hack Sign, real quick. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's been done.
Yeah.
But ReZero is going to do great when it comes here. But I really like where anime has been going. Now there's still some generic ones like Grand Blue. Grand Blue is generic as hell, dude.
Yes.
It's so, like, I can't even sense a soul out of that. Like, it just seems dead.
No,
It's like we drew some stuff.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Here's some stuff. Yeah.
Hope you like it. There's a few animes that I mean to watch, like Shingeki no Bahamut, which I've heard a lot of good things about.
Dragon Maid. I heard that was funny.
I watched the episodes of that. There seemed to be some cool fights in it, but I didn't follow through with it.
That's why I heard that was good.
I tried watching Kabaneri no Iron Fortress.
I heard about it, and it sounded very cool.
Yeah.
But
it's them on the team that Attack on Titan. So
once I heard that, I'm like, I'm not watching it. You did this instead of giving me Titan. So
that's true. That was a waste of time.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that on principle.
But like, I'm not like what else is out right now?
The Kaijo just finished. That was the butt fighting one.
That's ridiculous.
Which was funny. Monster. That was like 2 seasons.
Now
ago.
I've only seen a couple episodes of Gundam Thunderbolt. I haven't. I was waiting for it to be further along because I want to just have like an entire day
just
of Thunderbolt.
To binge, yeah.
Iron Blood.
Oh, Iron Blood.
It just ended.
Yeah.
Iron Blood was amazing. And guys, I know the ending sucked for a lot of us that liked a lot of the main characters.
Right.
But you know what though? They had the balls to do that. Other anime, no the Gundam series for sure, has done what they did.
No.
Because when they killed off Armoro, they killed off Armoro and Char together. and it wasn't on screen. You didn't really you kind of like, oh, they're dead.
It's like you knew, but you didn't know.
So, but that was at the conclusion of their storyline after
Yeah.
40 million animes that they've been in. You know, what's his name? Camille Bidon. He got his mind fried, but he started somewhat crawling back. You know, but they never said we're gonna kill all the characters you love. Tomino has killed a lot. That's why he's killed Tomino. But he didn't kill, at least not in the anime, he didn't kill all the main Gundam pilots.
Even in Gundam Wing, the whole point was like, it was a suicide mission. That's why the Gundams had the...
And they somehow lived.
Yeah, and the whole
Hero
cast
tried.
lived.
Hero tried.
She tried hard. She tried really hard.
But, they killed Akihiro. They killed off Laughter.
Orga.
They killed off Mika, who had a kid.
They killed off Bro.
Yeah, they did. Man, oh my god, that... When they killed Bro and his girl, and they fired on the innocent ones, oh my god, dude, that was actually infuriating. That was in real life. I was mad, you know, to the point where like when I was building the Ryusei Go, I didn't want to build the Dawn Slave. I didn't want to build it because I was like, no, I've seen what these things can do.
Right.
You know, so I mean, they killed off a lot of people, and yes, I get it. In other Gundams, they have killed off a lot of people,
not main characters,
but not the main characters, not like that, and not like that. They were killed off, and they didn't get their goal.
Yeah,
and their goal was to beat Gjallarhorn and be kings of Mars. That was their goal in the last season.
No, I can even simplify it even more. Their goal was to be free.
Right.
They didn't want to be human refuse. They
right.
wanted to be free human beings.
And the bad guy won.
Yeah.
I personally believe that Iron Blood is not over.
I don't want it to be.
I think there's going to be a season 3 with Mika's kid getting Barbatos, because you know Barbatos and Full City, I think they rebuilt them and made them better. And they're going to try and get other people to pilot them. Yeah. And for some reason, those two are not going to act right. Because they probably inherited too much of their pilots. They're like, no, you're too weak. You know. But I think because Iron Blood is one of the few Gundam series, alternate universes, that has the mythos about it to be like the UC Century and have tons of different things in it. Yeah. But it's not over. But Iron Blood was great. It wasn't paint by numbers. No. It wasn't. We screamed harder. The turbines didn't come in and save them at the last, which I thought was going to happen.
Right.
They did not come in and save them. No. Teiwaz did not come and save them. They let them die. They cracked their thing and they said, "You're not part of us anymore."
Yeah.
And even though they knew it was jacked up what happened, they knew that Tekadon was right. They let them die because that was realistic.
Yeah.
I thought McGillis died.
Yeah.
The Char died and he failed.
Died. Yeah, he failed.
And I thought that I was like, as mad as I was in the days afterwards, I was like, you know what? But that was brave.
Yeah.
And it was realistic because they were going up against the world. They were going up against Gjallarhorn, and they didn't have magic powers. You know.
And you know what? Bringing it back to My Hero was that's one thing I like about My Hero. Again, it's quirks and it's not really grounded, but something that they ground you in the emotion in My Hero. Right. And one thing that everyone, well, I don't know if everyone's experienced, but you always hear about, you don't meet your heroes because you become disappointed. Right. You have All Might, who's All Might. Right. And then he transforms into this little tiny scrawny teacher. Right. And you have to deal with it. You're dealing with meeting your hero who's not your hero. Right. And I'm trying not to jump forward into spoilers, but you have to deal with your heroes maybe not always living up to your expectations or doing what you think they can do. And you have to find your own path. And that's Deku. Right. He's having to form his own path that he much like everyone else on this planet, he doesn't know what to do. He was all of a sudden he has this thing, right, and now he has to cultivate it. Right, and I like how they also show the gravity of All Might by showing how the world thinks of him. Yeah. There's a scene later on in the manga where I won't give away what happened, but something unfavorable to All Might happens. And this guy's like, the world is going to see that you're not as great as you really, as they think you are. Yeah. And then the world sees it, and they're still like, we believe in you. Yeah. You know, and which is great for All Might,
But even scarier for Deku.
Yeah.
Because he tells Deku, "You're next.
Yeah.
You need to get the world to look at you the way it looked at me." And you know, and like this is the kind of storytelling that separates anime from every other art form. Because you don't see this in live action TV. No. You don't see this in American cartoons.
No.
There's been a few. There's been a few. Avatar.
Yeah.
The first one, not Korra. You know, tried that. Young Justice had a little bit of that. A few cartoons here and there. Samurai Jack and some of this, but it's nowhere near the ease that they can do in Japan. Because Japan, they don't have as many hangups, and they're allowed to do.
Yeah, true.
They wouldn't have been. What happened in Iron Blood would not have been allowed to happen.
Oh no!
You couldn't kill a 15-year-old kid with a space metal rod.
Well,
you couldn't do that.
Not only that, you couldn't have the whole main character cast of heroes die.
Right. You couldn't do that
in America.
Like you couldn't do Evangelion in America.
Oh no!
It had to become big elsewhere for it to be recognized as art, for it to come over here.
Yeah.
You could not have made that from the ground up here.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like the anime is coming back to what it used to be, constant groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Instead of like it went through this period of where anime went from being this underground thing in America to where it exploded.
Yeah.
Around the world, outside of Japan. And I think when that happened, they went crazy and said, let's be safe. The world is finally looking at anime. It's finally popular. It's on TV. Let's be safe. Crank out the same things that got them into it, and they stopped evolving.
That's possible, yeah.
But I think they're back to like, you know what? Let's work on the art. Let's keep doing what we were doing. Because I felt like there was a good 5 to 6 years where all I could watch was Naruto and Gundam. And a few other things here and there, but there was nothing else really out.
Yeah,
at least for me.
No, I completely agree with you because for me it was Naruto, One Piece, and what would ever pop up during that time.
Right.
Because the High School of the Dead and like tons of animes that I watched, I was just seeing copies of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do I want to see the same thing again
and again
and again? And then it's amazing. First of all, shout out to Age of Astron. Because he told us about My Hero.
Yes, he did.
And he's like, you guys need to get on this. And we're like, oh, it's got a school.
And he said it to me at my height of anime cynicism. When those animes that were all similar.
Right.
And I was like, let me guess, it's a student council. And he said, just give it a shot. And I watched that first episode. And the cool thing about My Hero was that he didn't even begin his like power journey until like episode 3 is when All Might says, "You can be a hero." Normally, that happens episode 1.
Yeah.
No. He had to go through some stuff first.
Yeah.
And that when I get to episode 3, I'm like, oh my god, that happened 3 episodes in. That's amazing.
Well, not only that, we have episode 1, main character, powerless, running in to save someone.
Mm-hmm.
Even episode 1 of Naruto, he gets Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Boom! Perfect. Got
it.
I somehow stole this scroll that's being guarded by the Anbu Black Ops, but whatever.
Luffy in One Piece, he sets off sail. Giant Sea King jumps out of
the... Boom! Got it.
Hits it. Done.
Ichigo. What? Getsugo Tensho without a name?
Yeah.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that, see, in all these other animes, like if this anime had been made by a generic-looking team in like the last 5 years, what would have happened is he would have run in to save Bakugo, and his quirk would have awoken.
Yeah.
And it would have been something very like either really generic or something really insignificantly tricky. Yeah. Like which is what they were like. They've been doing that a lot too. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, I can shift things to the left, and like I'll be super interesting with that or whatever. And that's what would have happened. And that's what I was thinking was going to happen. I'm like, his quirk's going to wake up now. No, it didn't. Nothing happened. He walked up and tried to pull him out of goop.
Yeah.
With his hands, his regular hands.
Because it looked like he needed help.
Right? And when I was like, oh my god, that's the level of simplicity that's like, why did you run out there? He needed help.
No.
Which, by the way, goes against the people in My Hero, because the heroes there are like, I'm hitting for the glory and whatnot. And it's like All Might and Deku are telling them, no, this is what being here. They're bringing it back to what it's supposed to be about.
Well, not only that, Deku, in front of at least 3 pros and All Might, runs out to save his friend.
And they're sitting there.
And they are sitting there. And All Might
part of the reason he says you can be a hero is because as he's thinking, he's like, a quirkless kid just ran out and risked his life to save someone, and me, the number one hero, sat and watched.
Right.
He made me act. I like this kid.
He's great, and it's done so well. Like one of my favorite parts is when Deku was fighting the guy who can mind control, and he's about to walk up the stage, and he sees the lights, and he sees like, I saw 9 people there, you know, and I saw one that kind of looked like you, and then you know, Recovery Girl's like, you heard what he said, right? He saw you there too, and it's just like, I like this master and student relationship that seems genuine. It seems like to me, it reminds me a little bit of Naruto and Jiraiya, which was I like that the chemistry between them, you know, but you don't get that kind of thing often. You get like, oh, we're funny, or super serious, or just no. I like it. You know, he generally cares about Deku. Like, Deku, you're the future. You know, and we get the sense that, like, because in the manga, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, you know, offhand, but I'm getting the sense that the stronger Deku gets, the more All Might is getting towards death. Not just being depowered, towards death.
Well, I know there's been talk of a flame. And
we won't go any further than that. But the point is, guys, My Hero is great. It's part of this new school of anime.
Yeah.
That is bringing it back. Because before, they were few and far between. Don't get me wrong. There were great animes every year.
Yes.
But it wasn't like it used to be, where there was several at any given time.
Yeah.
And it feels like when we lost FMA, Bleach, and Naruto, people were like, oh my god. The big pillars that had been carrying anime, we lost Inuyasha. When they came back and did Kanketsu Hen.
Yeah.
You know, we lost all of those, and people were like, oh snap, anime's not getting its free ride no more.
Right.
Because those plus One Piece is kind of what, like, those were like the base of anime, and then everything else was just like extra on top of that. You know. But there seems like there's a new school now that's coming into like, no, we got this, we'll carry this load.
Right.
As Naruto, and then walk off sadly into the distance like we had our time, you know.
Right.
But let us know down below, guys. You know, I know we talked about a lot of stuff, but what do you guys think about Titan? What do you think about Dragon Ball Super? What do you think about My Hero? And more importantly, what do you guys feel about anime right now?
Yes.
Because, you know, some people didn't think that there was a slump. I think there was a slump. A lot of people did. I mean, even Anime Expo felt like it was in a slump. There was nothing there to be excited about. You know, like when they stopped showing, like they used to show Unicorn, the new season, the new installment. When they stopped showing it, I was like, that was a big part of why I went to Anime Expo every year.
Right.
So, what do you guys think about the state of anime? Do you think it's in a state of recovery? Do you think it never was down? You know,
think it's a renaissance?
Right. I mean, just let us know down below and let us know. Do you like these long format, you know, podcast type things? Because like we like doing it.
Yeah.
We prefer long format. I mean, I know some people have a short attention span, but I think we can do better in this longer format.
Yeah.
But let us know down below. Now, if you're new, please subscribe because we're dope. And if you like Gunpla, which you should, because Gunpla is dope.
Yeah.
Our next video is going to be something that I'm sure won't ruffle any feathers. We're going to be talking about which one's better, Master Grade or Re 100.
I think the answer's obvious, but you will tune in and find out.
Tune in to find out. I'm sure no one will be upset no matter what we say.
No feelings hurt.
Until next time, guys, we've been your host, Kirby Kid.
Simply Cedric.
See you later, guys.